All right. It looks like I'm live. Please let me know if you can hear me and see me or see, the hands. Ooh, I hate it when people wave at the camera. That weirds me out. It makes me feel like you're trying to do some feeling that maybe was not appropriate for the situation. But yes, I'm here. Let me know you can see me. And I see that you guys are talking about whether you voted or if you have made a plan, if you're in the US and you can vote. It's good. I'm so glad to know that you guys are doing that. We have ours dropped off, which felt great for like a minute, and then I was like, oh, blah 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 blah. So I just inhaled my spit. I'm not COVID. I'm not positive for COVID. But that was a lot of spit. Whew, okay, we're good. Drink some water. Blah blah blah. All right. So what are we doing? We are filling out, we're going to create a weekly spread for this coming up week. In my bullet journal, I will be only using a bullet journal, no regular planner in November. And this was last week. I think I folded this wrong because it kept getting all janky. But so this layout worked really, really well for me. You can see us talk about this one, and this interesting doodle situation kind of came to life during that spread. I was not quite as great with taking care of my shit that I was the previous week, but I also had basically a couple of existential breakdowns this week. So I'm considering that to be a wash. But it worked out well, and I want to do a version of this for this week. Now, I will let you guys know now that I have pretty much decided on what notebook I'm going to use next year, and I'm going to be doing a video on that this week. It's going to be bigger than this one, because this is not enough space for, I like this style of layout, but I would want a little bit more room for this situation here. So there is that. But yeah, it did work though, and I really liked it. Oh, I did my hangout, so I can check that off. And I've been doing laundry. I cleaned the kitchen, and I've been doing laundry, and we're doing this now, so I'll check that off too. Hell yeah. All right, so my November spread that I set up, if you haven't watched that video yet, you can watch that when we're done with this live. But that is done, and I did this calendar. I've started filling in a few things like videos I think are going to happen this week, and videos I'm pretty sure are going to happen then. And then I think we're going to set up our Christmas decor. Shut up, Jesse. Shut up. I wrote it as Xmas because there's not a lot of room. Whatever. Anyway,
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm thinking we're going to set up our Christmas decorations this weekend in November, because that's when we have the kids for our Zoomsgiving. And I will also mention that a lot of people in our family, we have our family Thanksgiving set up, our fake Thanksgiving every year on a different day, because that's when we can get together. It's the 14th. Your mom. You need to go into the group and invite your mom. And your dad on Facebook. There's a group that Uncle Richie started. Look up Zoomsgiving.
Sure, I'm not.
Oh my God. Then message Uncle Richie and tell him. Anyway,
Hold on. Well,
I'm in the middle of something here. Thank you.
What?
Make a note. Okay? That we need to get...
Aren't you the planning person?
Yeah, but I'm not in charge of it. Uncle Richie is. No, I'm talking... Oh my God. Okay. Our family fake Thanksgiving happens on a different day every year. This year we're doing Zoomsgiving instead of Thanksgiving. But I also wanted to add that we're also, as a family, donating. We have a... What is it? Let me look it up really quick, because I wanted to tell you, but I forgot to check ahead of time. We're going to be donating to as a family, we're each going to be making donations to the International Indian Treaty Council, which is an organization of indigenous peoples from North, Central, South America, the Caribbean, and the Pacific, working for the sovereignty and self-determination of indigenous peoples and the recognition and protection of indigenous rights, treaties, traditional cultures, and sacred lands. We will be donating to that because we all have complicated feelings about the holiday of Thanksgiving, while at the same time celebrating an opportunity that we only have once a year for our whole family to get together. Because that's been kind of, so it's, it's complicated. And so that's kind of how we're managing that complication this year, and probably in the future. But that because the kids will be at Russell's here and here, And then we'll have them this week, and then they're going to be back at Russell's for 2 more weeks because this is the year he has them for traditional Thanksgiving, and then we have them for Christmas. So this Sunday is probably going to be the best day possible for us to decorate the house for Christmas with the kids here. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait until already into December if we want to do it with the kids being here. I'm sorry, I lost everything, and so... Oh my God. I have no idea what's happening in the comments, but I'm glad that you guys, so it's a cool, and I'll have to get the link and leave it in the description when this is all over. But I just want to mention that because it was a conversation that we're having in the family Thanksgiving group that apparently Jesse's not in. So,
That's okay. It's family.
Yeah. So, anyway, So I've started making a task list for the month. I have not put goals in and I put it here. This is a brand new thought that I actually just had today. I think tomorrow I am going to sit down with my power sheets and see if I can fill them out for the month using the goals I've already set from the beginning of the year, but adapting them. Like, I haven't been touching them, but if I want to do them for next year, and I'm pretty sure I want to do them for next year, it might be helpful to try and at least reacquaint myself with them, even if I have to kind of change them. This crisis I had this last week of being super fucking stressed out, and again, there's a video up if you want to watch it, but like, that's not changing anytime in the near future, but I feel so out of control in an out of control world that maybe sitting down with something like that will give me a feeling of control. So this will get filled in once I'm done with that. Assuming if I open them up and my first thought is, oh, fuck this, then I'll do something else. But for now, there may potentially be a video this week of me trying to reacclimate myself to the power sheets. We'll find out. All right. So yeah, so that's going. Over here, I have Megan started using the brain dump, although I haven't finished it yet. I want to sit down and get some more video ideas in here, but I have started working on it, just writing down projects that I'm thinking about doing, but that are not something that I have like already just decided on doing and putting here. These are things that are kind of just like bopping around in my brain. As for the habits, I figured I would fill this in with what is already been done. I did Halloween, L. Smith. I did Halloween in Animal Crossing. Yes, I did. Anyway, the did I just blow your mind, Megan? All right. So did I wake up at 7? I did when my alarm went off, but then I went back to sleep, so that doesn't count. Although it kind of counts. I was up talking to Jesse for a few minutes before we both decided snuggling was more fun. So I am going to count that. You know what? Baby steps. And I haven't done these things today. I have only done a little bit of this today, so I'm not going to count that yet. These will get filled out tomorrow. All of this is like later in the day, and same with this. So far I only filled one of them in, but I did use it even a little bit. So there was a cook with me video at the beginning of the month.
Smoke detector video.
Smoke detector video? Yes, the one where I set the smoke detector off. Oh my God, attack the system. So in habits, you've got wake up and makeup. Where's the hide the scars to fade away the shake up? I sometimes sing that at RJ. When I'm waking him up in the mornings and it pisses him off. Means he should just use his fucking alarm like he's supposed to, but whatever. Cheyenne, you said, I'm new and I just found your channel. Do you color your spreads? I have, but not today. I also, in the past, like, my interaction with my bullet journal has been very, very odd this year. So I have not been coloring my spreads, but I might. It depends. It won't be this week, though. Okay. Yes, I have recently found the beauty of neutrals. All right, so what do I have? I still have these 2 grays that I used for November. I decided those new Amanda Rachley washi tapes that I just got are perfect as well, so I might use those. I grabbed these 2. I think they're both from the dark monochromatic set, but I don't fucking know. I can't remember that. And then I've still got the Pentel Klena pens, the 05 and the 03 that I've been using, and that's what I'm going to continue to use this here week. Am I going to do a Power Sheets recap for 2020? Probably. It'll be hilarious, but probably. Oh, the August setup. Yes, this was my August setup, Cheyenne. Oh, wait, was it August or was it September? It was September. I didn't actually use it, though. I was just doing it to, it was what's the word? A satirical power sheet, or a satirical spread. So, yeah. All right. I need color between A and B in habits. You're right. Thank you for noticing, Jessica. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad to help with your even a little bit with your anxiety, Amanda. All right. So I still want to do another one of those spreads with the folded Dutch door because I liked that. It worked out really well for me. But I don't know if I'm going to draw it in like this. I've seen some people do it where they have like Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday and then Thursday. And then there's like doodles or some shit. But I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm not sure. That might be overcomplicating things. When have I ever done that? Oh, thank you for the super chat. 3 behind a screen. I did want that. Oh, that bothered you? See, I'm so glad to have done that because I would not have even noticed that if you guys had, because I apparently don't pay attention to shit. All right. So the problem I was running into was that this thing was like, I don't know if it's because, did I not fold it correctly or does this Leuchtturm just want shit to be janky? I don't know. I don't know. All right. So that would be the fake Dutch door. Yeah. All right. Ah, but see, it doesn't like it. Hold on. Where's my thingy? I have like a thingy that you use. Wait, there it is. My bone folder. It's like in Idiocracy. Bone saw. Shut up, Jesse. RJ and I were just talking about that movie the other night because he recognized. Who did he recognize from it? Did he recognize? I think he recognized Terry Crews. I was watching some. No. We were watching something and he recognized someone from Idiocracy, but he hasn't seen the whole movie. He's only seen the part with Bonesaw and like one other part. And so he decided we need to watch it when they're back at our house.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I'm folding this, and so then that means that this will be the rolling task list, and then each page is divided in half for a day. This is the layout that was inspired by Plant-Based Bride from her video. It's linked. I'm pretty sure I linked it. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Harry Leisure. I'm so glad you love setting up your bullet journal spreads while watching my plan with me's. Hell yeah. You fold yours slightly off the center so the paper isn't right up against the edge. Okay, I'll make sure that note gets. We need a reminder of that for next week because I've already bone sawed this one, so it's pretty folded. Okay. All right. How do I want to do this? You know, you'd think I would have thought about this. I'm not going to be one of those people who draws in with pencil and then just writes over it for the video because I like to be spontaneous. But sometimes when you're spontaneous, you completely blank on what it is you're going to actually do. All right. Oh, Shelly, I'm glad you like my potty mouth. because I'm going to do this. I'm going to give myself some space up here. And I'm just going to draw a line. And then we'll continue that line here. And then here. And then here. And then there. All right, so that is the start. Okay. Checking out the comments. Okay. So then what am I going to do? This will be for the date. So I've been listening to You're Wrong About's series on the OJ trial. It's like a 14-part series that's divided up into different people's perspectives. I just finished the Nicole Brown Simpson 2-parter, and now I'm in the middle of the Paula Barbieri piece. I don't know if there's a second episode or if it's just the one of her. And then I think after that it's Marcia Clark, but it's been interesting. I really love their podcast. They're in the middle of a Princess Diana series that they have not updated in like 2 weeks, and it's pissing me off. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't want to hear your other podcasts. I've already heard them because I listened to those too. I want more Princess Diana. It was interesting. They're like, yes, I was humming I Love Your Smile, Victoria. So Monday, what is it? Monday the 2nd. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I've been enjoying the Princess Diana one of the hosts, Michael Hobbs, says at the beginning, he's like, look, I understand that there is a whole lot of fuckery going on in the world right now. But I need something that I need to like basically space out listening to gossip about royal people that is like 20 years out of 30 years, 40 years out of date. And he's not wrong, dude. It has been so distracting to listen to the Princess Diana episodes of You're Wrong About. And I just want to tell you guys that because it's nice to find something that distracts you. Now I just want them to keep updating it. God damn it. The podcast is called You're Wrong About. And what they do is they talk about like things that happened in like world events or pop culture that we all have we might have an understanding of, but our understanding is based around the way the media shaped the narrative, and they want to dig deeper than that and see like what the real shit was. 10 out of 10 recommend their episode on DARE. Actually makes me think of something I was just talking to patrons about. DARE, like the anti-drug program. That one was really good. So is the one on the first one I ever listened to from them was their one on Marie Antoinette, which actually didn't tell me anything I already know, but the format of it was super cool. So oh wait, what day is Friday? Friday the 6th. Rebecca says Binge Mode is a great distraction podcast that is hilarious, and they do commentary on shows and movies. They've done Game of Thrones, the Harry Potter franchise, and are now doing Marvel. Ooh, that sounds good. I might have to check that out. I'm like in the mood for distraction entertainment because fuck if I don't need some distraction. And then one of the producers, one of the people who does the You're Wrong About podcast, Michael Hobbs, has a new one called Maintenance. What's it called? Maintenance something? Maintenance. I'm going to have to look it up. Maintenance phase. Where it's basically the same idea of You're Wrong About, except that it's about fitness and health, like the health and wellness industry. And their first episode that they did, like they had like an opening episode, but their first like focused episode that they did was about the presidential fitness test, which holy shit traumatized the hell out of me when I was in high school. So it was a really interesting and kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Informative's not the right word. Liberating. It was a very liberating episode. Formative. Yeah, no, it was very liberating for me to hear some stuff about the presidential fitness test, and that I wasn't the only one who felt fucking traumatized by it. AM to PM, my dad wrote a porn. I'm gonna have to come back and look in these comments to pick up some new podcasts, because like I've always listened to like, you know, like business related podcasts and shit for like how to make YouTube videos and whatever the case may be. And I don't want to listen to that right now. I want to listen to fun stuff, or at least interesting stuff, if not fun stuff. What I'm doing here, for those of you who don't know, is this is a version of the Alastair Method. I've got that linked in the description. It's a running task list. So any tasks that are not dependent on a certain day are going to be here, and then I can just put in when I get them done. Task. I should put an S. Tasks. Plural. Because I know I have more than one this week. All right. Oh, I'm not glad that you all hated the fitness test. I'm just glad that I'm not the only one, even though I'm not glad that you guys all had to feel that way. Yep. PE teacher insisted, oh my God, one mommy scrapping. I had the same exact experience as you. Like, exact. You didn't grow up in Tracy, perchance, and have Coach Schneider as your teacher, did you? Okay, so will there be doodles? There might be doodles, but for right now, no, there's not going to be doodles. I'm just going to work on this. Okay, so draw this down. But I'm going to draw it down to like here. And I'm going to leave it open, I think, because I think I will do some doodles down here. So there we go. All right. Why did I change it from intentions to tasks? There's not enough room for intentions in that spot. And mostly because I'm going off of the Alastair Method stuff that I watched online, and they tend to use it as a task list. So I'm just kind of going with that verbiage for now. All right. Now I need to put in weather and blood pressure again. So maybe we'll just do the same thing for now and just put it under here. Yeah, no, apparently what I learned from maintenance phase was that the presidential fitness test happened in part because these doctors came up with metrics that were for adults, because there was a transition from people doing physical labor to people starting to be more sedentary. And they were noticing it with people having back pain. And so they wound up coming up with these like tests to see. I have no idea if this is even or not. I'm just fucking guessing. They came up with these tests to see like how somebody was flexible or whatever. And whoa. And so they would have the kids do these things, and then they had some kids in Europe do these things. And the kids in Europe did better than the kids in the US. But what got overlooked when like they were like, oh my God, our kids are so fat or whatever, which is bullshit, but for so many reasons. But like the big thing they didn't notice was that part of the reason that these kids were good at it is because that's what they did for their PE. It was calisthenics. And American kids had sports-based PE, which apparently happened because Nazi Germany was super into calisthenics, and to be like, oh, well, if that's what they're doing, we can't be doing that because they're Nazis. And so they started doing sports-based PE in the United States instead of calisthenics because of that. And so American kids just weren't practiced at doing things like sit and reach and shit like that. So that's kind of part of where it came from. It's a really interesting episode. You should listen to it because I am butchering probably all of it. I failed the mile. I could not do a single fucking pull-up. Push-ups, good luck with that. But the mile was my like the hill that I died on, because I could not get a mile under 10 minutes for the life of me. I don't think I could get it under 12 minutes. And it sucked so bad. So much suckiness, I will tell you. I'm going to put my weather in really quick. And so for those of you who have not been around, these little boxes are for my morning and my evening blood pressure. I don't always remember to do it, but I am heavily medicated for blood pressure because of my kidney problems. And so that's where I do it. The podcast is called Maintenance Phase. Hi, Erin. You're pregnant, aren't you? Sorry, I just said that on YouTube, but aren't you pregnant? Because I think you are. And if you are, congratulations. And if you're not, oops.
Isn't that one of those things that you're never supposed
No,
to
she
say?
announced it on Facebook. I'm 99.9% certain. So, I'm just also, there's always the chance that I fucked it up. So, like how I made this weather gigantic and didn't leave myself any room for temperatures, which is the more important part, arguably. Let's see. Yeah, the podcast, the one I'm talking about with the physical fitness test, is called Maintenance Phase. And it's on Spotify, which is where I'm listening to my podcast right now, because I already had the Spotify app and I was trying to reduce apps on my phone. So that's why. Oh man, Gabriel, that's Garbo. The podcasts, here, let me write them down just in case. The podcasts were, the main one was You're Wrong About. That's the one that has the Princess Diana, the Marie Antoinette. There's a really good episode on Dare. That's where the O.J. Simpson episodes are I'm listening to. And then the spin-off one is Maintenance Phase. And that one is about specifically the health and wellness industry. And they only have, I think, a couple episodes so far. And the one about the physical fitness test is the one that I just really loved. Phase. Oh, nice, Kat. Thanks for pre-ordering it. I have like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. My upper body strength is Garbo, and now, especially that I have the fistula in my upper arm, I'm not allowed to like lift weights with this arm. So even if I wanted to build up upper body strength, I'd be super lopsided. So $82.50. So Jesse and I are giving every plate a try this week.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. So every plate was recommended to us by Trish, who said that she wanted to do, I think it was Trish who recommended it, because it was the less expensive meal plan, like box service. It was like HelloFresh and all that shit. Whoa. Jess.
What?
Allegedly, the weather is going to go from the 80s to the 60s at the end of the week.
It's a good thing I got my space heater installed.
Yes, you don't
Started
freeze your balls off.
I mean, I may still.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 64. The high is 64 on Friday. I mean, it's probably going to change, but it looks like it's going to be in the upper 80s, like upper 70s, lower 80s all week until Friday when it drops. Just letting you know. Hey, I'm glad it's going to be chilly. I know you have to like wear 8 layers to work out in the garage, but that sounds like a personal problem to me. You say that to me so many times. You cannot get mad at me for saying that to you.
You have climate control at your office.
It doesn't always work, though. Like, it doesn't matter how warm I keep the house. I'm sitting next to the giant windows. And I'm either freezing or dying of heat. Maybe not as bad as you. Don't give me that look. Oh my God. All right, so we have the weather. We have a disgruntled husband. We all the great ingredients for a good week. Too late for us, Helga. We already turned the heater on. But part of it's because Jesse works out in the garage and is wearing like 8 layers to try and keep warm. And then he comes in the house and it's like 66 degrees where I'm fine. But he's like, no, I need the heater to warm me back up again. So do I miss using stickers? Not really. I'm going to want to use stickers at some point, but right now I am like super loving the sticker-free lifestyle. All right, where are we at? Okay, so now what I want to do here is I want to put some doodly doodles down in the bottom. But what? What were you laughing at, Jess?
Nothing.
I heard you.
No, you didn't.
I seen it. All right. What are we going to do here? So we have like consent and ghosts for Halloween. Oh, it's the election week. Ah, I forgot about it for like 2 minutes. Okay. Let me see. What are we going to write here? Ooh, I know what we're going to write. Give me a second. Ooh. No, it's not going to be any blue because I'm going to use the gray, but whatever. Here we go. I can use the same like off-kilter lettering I was using. I'm not talking because when I talk when I letter, I fuck it up. Just letting you know. That's why. What's indigo? I don't know what indigo is. People are saying they're pre-ordering my book there, but I don't know what it is, so. I've also got a link for the pre-order, I believe, in the description, but I could be wrong about that. Apparently my book released onto Amazon when I'm still wrapping up the bits of it.
Sounds like last time.
Yep, it's fine. Wait, did I do? Yep. I did the Scrimbly Bimbly. I can't forget the Scrimbly Bimbly. It's a Canadian bookseller. Oh, okay. All you Canada people. Canadians. Nothing wrong with being Canadian. I'm just saying that for the weirdness of it. Blue. It's a giant Canadian bookstore. Okay. Cool. Okay, that's done. And then I'm just double checking because I'm kind of trying to keep the same quote unquote theme going here. And I need to like look and see what it was because it has been a few days since I set this up. Blue wave is what I am hoping for. Blue wave. Oh my god, my back is itching. Is the Canada-US border still closed? I don't know. Maybe the Canadians know, but I live in I've never been, fun fact, I've never been out of the country before. Out of the US. I have traveled to several places in the US. Okay, these are also waves in case you didn't know.
You don't get out much.
I don't get out much. Well, not now, but like when I did get out, it was all over the country, but like not to Canada. Dude, Beck, that's why I love YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium it's like you can listen. The reason I wanted it was because I needed to download something and watch it when I wasn't online, but I didn't. And that didn't even work because I like was on in an airport and I had shitty Wi-Fi. But like the being able to keep listening to YouTube while you're in a different app on your phone is like a game changer. Not even counting not seeing ads anymore. Like that's fucking rad. Okay, I kind of want to draw like a wave, like cuteness. Do you know what I mean? So like maybe like more stylized, like, and then like another like going around here. What?
Nothing. Ignore me.
I don't know if that looks like a stylized wave or if that looks like something else. Like if you look at it this way, it kind of looks like balls, but like whatever. This may not be turning out the way I expected it to.
It's like your signature.
Yeah, we pay for it for family as well, Sarah. Like we have the family plan for YouTube Premium. I'm not even hating. When people are like, do ads bother you? And I'm like, I guess, but it's been a while since I've ever seen one on YouTube. Fuckery really small in the wave. I can do that. I have a smaller tipped pen. Here we go.
When I pull something up on YouTube on my work laptop, tisk tisk, and I'm not logged into my premium YouTube account, they do bother me.
Fuckery. Right there. Whoa. There we go. Okay. We'll come back to this doodling. Let's go to the task list. Okay. What am I going to draw for election day? How about a big glass of wine? Drugs. Okay. Like
That's something we all agree.
a handful of pills. Blue wave. Oh, I know what I could draw. Here we go. This is the wrong pen. I want to no longer live the orange lifestyle. I don't want any more orange lifestyle in my life. I would like to say goodbye to an orange. Yeah, I need to add some washi tape. Thank you for the reminder that I have it. Okay.
Can you let me know if there's a good time for me to make noise for like 2 minutes?
No, there's not a good time. You have to wait till we're done. There, see? Washi tape. Why does that look so brown on the paper, but so gray in my hand? That makes me sad. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, so we have some washi tape there. And... no more. The third is like, yes, the third is election day. So I already voted, but I'm going to put vote here a few more times because I will be saying it a lot on social media to remind you to get your ass out there if you haven't yet. We turned ours in directly to, because California has mail ballots. We've been mail-in only for, oh God, like 10 years now. But we turned our ballots in directly to the election offices downtown. Vote. Yeah, it's gonna be intense because there's so many mail-in ballots this year, both because I'm pretty sure turnout is like exploding, and also because of the pandemic, there are so many extra mail-in ballots this year. So I don't anticipate knowing. I've been kind of going along with what I'm seeing, like in the papers and stuff, where people are trying to set expectations that like you're not probably gonna know a lot on election day itself, because a lot of states, even states that have a ton of ahead of time balloting, don't start counting their ballots until election day. And so it may be a little bit before we have results. And the problem is going to come if like news organizations start to call races before shit. Like it's just going to be a problem if people, we'll worry about that later. Okay. Yeah. Normally I am all about election fun. Yeah, Gabriel, I'm so sorry this was your first election and that it sucks ass and is scary. Normally, I love election season. I love reading about politics. I love getting into the nitty-gritty of different candidates and different ballot measures and being interested. Like I'm all for it. Like I love politics as a hobby, to like observe and to understand. Like, to me, it's exciting. This is the first year I have felt this awful this early. During the 2016 election, I felt pretty awful towards the end of it, but this year is the first time. Maybe the 2018 cycle, but this year is like the worst I have felt going into an election in my life. And I've been voting. I think the first presidential election I voted in was 92, 96, 2000. The Bush versus Gore election was the first presidential election I voted in. I was able to vote in a off year, the 1998 was my first year I could vote, and I don't remember if I voted or not that first time. That was for like a primary, like a mid situation. Anyway. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of washi up here. I haven't decided yet if I'll do more doodling or not. It's just, like, setting up the week, actually, doing this style of weeklies, not that hard. Like, I've seen some that people have done that are super, like, doodly fantastic, but this was just a quick little drawing of one, which is, you know, one of the things that has made me avoid the idea of, doing a bullet journal only lifestyle is that I'm so lazy and I love having a weekly spread. But doing one like this, it's so quick. Like, it's faster to draw a spread like this than it is for me to like do my stickering fantasticness. So who knows, right? Catching up on a conversation that I'm interested in. Where to go? I don't know. Oh, whatever. California had an interesting ballot measure that we voted yes on, and it was to allow 17-year-olds to vote in the presidential primary if they were going to be 18 when the general election was. So if they knew they were going to be able to vote in the general presidential election, that they would be able to vote in the primary even though they weren't 18 yet. I actually think that's super cool, because I do know my kid's older sister was a senior this last year, and she's old enough to vote in this election, but she wasn't old enough to vote in the primary. And I know how interested she got in politics this year and like learning things. And I was thinking about her when I said yes to that. Box wine? Yes, I will draw some box wine. That's a good idea. Maybe on Wednesday, because no matter what, I'm going to want it. Now it needs that little, like, spouty situation. Franzia. Because isn't that the brand of boxed wine that you see the most in the stores? Franzia. My grandpa used to drink the white blend, white Chablis or something. But we're going to put white Zinfandel here because that is the greatest box wine flavor of all time. And if you think I'm making fun of white Zinfandel, you are super wrong.
We have a magnum of it in the fridge right now.
I love white Zinfandel. Especially during the summer. It is a delightful summertime beverage with ice in it. Oh, yeah. So I'm just making it scrimbly bimbly. Yeah, I would imagine if you have like a dispensary, or like if weed is legal in your area and you guys have dispensaries, I would imagine it would probably be within your best interests to get there ASAP, because I would imagine they might have a run on them on like election day. I know that recreational pot is on the ballot in a bunch of states this year too. All right. Okay, so we've got some doodles here. I'm going to start transferring, migrating my tasks from this. Is the cool thing is if you do the half sheet like this, you can just like fold your page over and move shit right over. Got to move to my smaller pen though, because this is so miniature. This is the biggest reason I want to use a bigger notebook, is that this is cramping my actual hand, like cramping my style. You've started using the scrimbly bimbly lines? Yeah, like it's impossible to, I mean, the only way to fuck it up is if you're trying to draw like a line across your page and you wind up drawing it like in a completely different direction. But in general, this scrimbly bimbly shit can cover so many fuck ups and make it look arty. So I put wash hair on here because I wash my hair a couple times a week. And this way I can just see what days I washed it, which I think is kind of cool. You see what I'm saying? It's so mini. Like I'm writing so small and it's just like... So I'm just going to put the little migrated. And then I'm going to film that to a different week altogether because I'm waiting for some other ones to show up. So little. Okay, I've moved over everything from that task list. Yeah, they're tiny. I can read it if I look closely at it. Oh, thank you for the super chat. 3 behind a screen. Yeah, do I have favorite pajamas since you change them every day? I have lots. Like I said in my favorites video, I just wear big night shirts with like squishy shorts. You can get them both at Target and they're both super squish. I love the Chrissy Ann Designs pajama pants because she specifically had me in mind when she found pajama pants that are long enough for a tall ass bitch like me. But, I only wear those in the winter when it's cold. What did he get you, Debbie? He told me that he got you in the thing you got. What did you, am I going to use a B5? No. You got the Le Creuset Dutch oven. That's so awesome. Oh my God. So the one I think I'm going to use is a Baron Fig. Shada Campbell uses these. This is their big version. They've got like their plus. It's 7x10, and I think this is the one I'm going to use. So, we shall see. Just say the message into the chat, 3 behind a screen, and I will read it out loud. I'm so glad your husband got you the real thing, though. That's super cool. Okay, so appointments. Let's get some of those in, because I do have a few of them this week. How am I liking the Klenopen? I'm loving it, except for when I destroy my tendonitis thumb with writing so tiny. So Kat has... I have to do a patron post tomorrow. And Kat has a dentist appointment that I'm pretty sure I'm driving Kat to, because I think both of Kat's parents at Dad's house will be at work. I told them to let me know by the end of today. We shall see if that actually happens or not. You like big notebooks and you cannot lie, Lynette? Is NaNoWriMo the place to write an autobiography? I mean, if you're somebody who is motivated by getting big challenges, like a certain amount of words per day or something. I've never written a book. The books I've written have been like doodling, and it's going to be a doodling book and a lettering book, so it's not really the same process. I work with pages rather than with numbers of words. If you're motivated by challenges, then I'd say give it a try. If challenges stress you out and make you put your head in the sand, then maybe not. There was an option for personal, but then you got made to feel like you weren't welcome. Oh, I see why. Because NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month and an autobiography is not a novel. Yeah, well, fuck that, dude. I don't see what the fucking difference is. I mean, it's fiction versus nonfiction, but like some of the best biographies I've read have read like novels. Like Jeff Gwynn's books about like Bonnie and Clyde and Jonestown, all that read like novels, even though they're nonfiction. So I can imagine that some people, I've never participated in it, so I don't know, but like, fucking do you, man. You're the one writing it. All right, so I also have to, I want to at least try to reacquaint myself with power sheets. And I'm gonna highlight this. Try to reacquaint myself with power sheets on Monday. That's gonna be my goal for tomorrow. Yeah, I was thinking about you, Sarah, because you've participated in it, and Trish, you've participated in it, have you? Yeah, be a rebel. Tuesday is election. Day. And so I'm going to put on my to-do list, go for a walk, put your phone away. I'm putting both of those things on my to-do list for Tuesday, and I suggest to all of you that you put something like that. If you're going to be stressed out as fuck, like I will be following it, the TV will be on in the evening, but there has got to at least be part of the day where it's just going to be people talking about it, but there's not going to be any results and shit, and I need to just set my phone to the side and not look at that, or watch brainless shit like YouTube videos about Animal Crossing, but whatever. Put your phone away, go for a walk. Both of these things are on my election day. And carbs
You should get good cheese.
are, no, your buddy.
Why not carbs with cheese?
Because I might binge eat cheese, and I haven't had a lot of cheese lately. It'll make me constipated. And the last thing I want is to be trying to push out a rock hard poop while I'm stressed out about the national leadership of our country. That just does not sound like a good time. I love cheese, but I haven't been eating a lot of it lately because I haven't been able to eat very much. It feels like the effect of cheese on my stomach is like outsize to the amount of cheese. Does that make sense?
All right then.
Yeah. So, there we go. Carbs are your buddy.
I'll just hide the cheese.
Yeah, you can have cheese. Just hide it from me. Okay, Wednesday. I have a phone call at 10. And that's all I've got on my schedule for that day. And then on Thursday, I'm going to have a patron live at 4. Although part of me wanted to move it or maybe do a live here on the channel on Tuesday for a while, because I want to do like a swatching live where I'm trying to swatch for the power sheets. Maybe that would be a fun way to distract from the election, but quite honestly, I don't want to put that on my list of things to do when I'm already worried about whether or not I'm going to like have the brain power for it. Post downloads and grocery order. And then on Sunday, I do need to put every plate. And on Monday, I got to do imperfect foods. Cheese is a protein. It's a fatty protein. Cheese makes me constipated if I eat too much of it. It didn't used to be that way. Jesse is supposed to be making funfetti right now, but I told him he's not allowed to run the mixer right now because it would be too fucking loud.
I mixed it in the garage.
You mixed it? You mixed it in the garage? Did you take the hand mixer out there and plug it in?
Yeah.
That is commitment to your craft.
So, the answer is yes.
Yeah. You know, and Pam, this is the time change that, like, allegedly is the better time change because you don't have to wake up an hour earlier in the morning. It won't feel like you're waking up an hour earlier in the morning, which I get. But it's also the one that fucks me up the hardest in the afternoon when it gets dark so early. Like, the time change really messes with me. Like, I am going to be feeling all sorts of functified this week just from the time change. Like, it's almost cruel that the time change is happening right before the election.
I would prefer to always have daylight savings
Yeah.
time.
I would be totally fine with it being daylight savings time forever. All right, Saturday, wash my sheets. Wash sheets. And laundry, which we've been doing for 2 days now because doing it during the week is just hard when Jesse's out in the garage. It's fine. I don't begrudge him at all. But, like, our washing machine is so loud that it would be very difficult for Jesse. Even if he didn't have a phone call, it would be difficult for Jesse to work while it's going boom, 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 boom the whole time. So, anyway. And then hang out with the patrons. And then live plan with me, which will be, again, same that time. I don't have any plans to stop doing these live plan with me's during the week on Sundays. I'm not sure. I might at one point decide to change it, but I like it. I like talking to you guys, and it's one less video I have to edit. So it works for my laziness. I feel like there was something going on this weekend that I needed to know about. And, oh, you know what it probably was? This would be when the kids would be going to, no, it'll be next weekend when they'd be going to Wire UUP. Aww. Do, 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 do. All right. So I feel like that's my whole setup for the week. Should we do some more doodles here? I think we should do some more doodles before we end it, because I won't do any more doodles throughout the week. You think I would, but I won't. Ooh, I can smell the funfetti. It smells like sugar. It smells like sugar. I actually have a strawberry cake mix up there that I really want. But Jesse prefers funfetti. He got it with the blue frosting, though, which that kind of grosses me out. It's too much food coloring for my taste. I can fucking...
You don't have to have any.
I don't. You can have it all, but I probably will have some, and I'll probably eat my own words along with some blue food coloring. How do the kids like school? Oh, yeah, I should. I did get the email about the General Assembly being virtual as well, but would you really have gone to it next year with 5,000 people? Nah. The kids actually enjoyed going back to school. They said that it went smoothly and it was nice to see people and that they felt safe. So, and Kat was super sweet and showed RJ to his classrooms because it was his first time on campus as a high schooler. Do I miss doing my challenges? No. And it's not because I don't want to, like I almost did them this month, but what it wound up happening was that I started to feel guilty that I wasn't doing them when I thought I would be doing them. So right now, I am so focused on just trying to stay on top of my stuff every week and feeling like this amount of bullet journaling, this amount, or even like this amount of writing in my bullet journal is actually staying on top of that is very, it feels good to stay on top of it. And if I added the challenges right now, that would just be one thing that I might not keep up with, which would just dishearten me, which would then snowball into me not staying on top of other things. So will I come back to them? Yeah, probably. But right now, I only have so much bandwidth to even try doing stuff like this. And that's as much as I've got. Oh my God, I'm gonna burp. All right. Let's see. What are we going to draw here for Friday? For Friday, book 2 is not done. I have to write the acknowledgments and send a couple more pictures in, which I'll be doing at the top of the week. And then I will be done with my part of it unless they have anything else. I think these might be the final odds and ends that I'm submitting. And then it might be just about ready to go through like the final touches. So, oh, Debbie, you're right. That does throw a monkey wrench because your Shabbat starts when the sun goes down, right? Okay, what am I gonna draw? We have no more orange, a blue wave question mark? Boxed wine. Another symbol of my dismay this week. My face. How about draw an alarm clock? With the time set to, well, allegedly 7. That might be 8. And then we're gonna, this is like a janky little doodle, but my poor fucking hand hurts. Do my scrimbly bimblies around it, and then right around it, don't play these bubble letters kind of suck. The snooze game. Don't play the snooze game this week. For the sake of Jesse. Okay, this is not the best planned out doodle, but whatever. Don't play the snooze game. There we go. Oh, I need a fucking apostrophe. I'm not going to color in and around the letters with this one because that's too much work. So I'm not going to. All right. I think I'll stop with the doodling there. I feel like this is going to be about where I want to end this right now because my hand hurts and drawing is just not helping. But I think this will be my spread for the week. Next week, I think I want to experiment with maybe some sort of like more arty looking situation, but I will probably watch some videos for inspiration on them. So we will have another bullet journal weekly setup this coming up week, same time, Sunday, 2:30. I will let you know in the community tab if it changes times. I don't anticipate it will this week, but if it does, then I will let you know ahead of time. In the meantime, I hope that you stay safe. Make sure you vote if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, especially this week. If you're feeling as stressed out as I am, please, please, please do what you can to take care of yourself and try not to like fly off the deep end like me. You know, just big hugs for everybody. Big mom hugs, big socially distanced, non-making me sick kind of hugs. And until next time, peace out, my friends. And also, since I haven't ended the stream yet, I love you guys. Bye.